Members of the jury, welcome to yet another hot hot afternoon. Just say Debia Ghana wonsem. Every day there is a matter to talk about. Anyways, my name is Ladyship, and of course, this is Ameyaw TV. So, I mean, you all know that a couple of months back, I think, we sat here and we spoke about the fact that the former CJ, was having a lot of issues, people reporting her, and then because of that, the president suspended her, and then issues came out, and they finally said that, okay, she should step down. Now they are looking for a new CJ. And due to that, there's been a vetting that is ongoing looking for the new CJs. CJ meaning Chief Justice. Just in case you don't understand, CJ means Chief Justice. So, Ghana, we are on our way to looking for a new Chief Justice. Now, in the vetting process, one of the vettees, the CJ vettees, mentioned that in his time when he was much younger, he was on the bench and sentenced the most notorious recorded criminal Ghana has ever witnessed, one of the most recorded notorious criminals Ghana has ever witnessed, which is Atai. You remember Atai, right? Yeah, so he said that he sentenced Atai to 70 years in prison simply because he thought that by the time Atai is done serving his sentence, he would have died, because he feels that when he sentences Atai to prison, when Atai is out, he will be Atai's first target. Guys, before we get emotional, let's be rational.
In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Atayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Atayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone.
And let's be honest, right? I'm saying that before we get emotional, let's be rational. One of the things that if you are in a position of a chief justice, or if you are a judge, you would be afraid of these things, because when you sentence people to prison, people can come for you. So he does have the right to be afraid of his life after this sentence. But now, because of what he said, it has brought a lot of controversies and a lot of debate on social media, because people do not understand. And he also vividly, you should listen to the video, he vividly said in the video that sometimes they do not necessarily follow the imra or the laws of the country according to sentences. So which means that as a judge or as a CJ, sometimes you have the liberty to increase a sentence or reduce a sentence as you deem fit. So he increased this person's sentence to 70 years. Now, as much as when it comes to the Atayi situation, right? Personally, I do not necessarily see anything wrong with it. Because if you remember Atayi, and if you know Atayi very well, and we know the things that Atayi was accused of and convicted of, murder was one of them. The time Atayi was out on the streets, a lot of Ghanaians were not getting sleep, because your somebody can just die, your somebody can just go missing, kidnap, murder, armed robbery. It was serious. So someone like Atai, I even thought his sentence was life imprisonment. So 70 years there, I say, yeah, the big kakra channel. Right. But then that exposed the entire judicial system to scrutiny, which means that you people do not follow the law. You do as you please. And that is a problem. Because in the Atayi same situation, there was a man that came out just 2 months ago, held by Nanaba, 2 months or 3 months ago, to come and say that he was arrested for years in prison because of this same Atayi issue, because he was a mechanic repairing the stolen cars for Atayi, and because of that he was arrested, and he was innocent. So the arrest was a mistake. So such a person, when you increase the person's sentence, they will serve a longer sentence in prison for a crime they didn't even commit. And one follow Murano, so you've wasted someone's life in prison because you feel like you should give them a higher sentence based on your feelings. And another thing, I was like, so this man, as you're thinking about yourself, you haven't thought of your children. Have you thought that your wife will be dead by then? Will your children be dead by then? Your grandchildren, will they all be? So you're telling me your entire lineage will be wiped out by 70 years? Wow. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about this down below in the comment section, because Well, do you understand the meaning of the word treason? If you don't, let me just brush through it. So, treason is if you are inciting war, or if you are planning a coup, or if you are planning to kill a certain president, right? Anything you want to do that is harmful to the president, killing him, planning a coup, planning an overthrow, all those things are qualified under treason. Now, in Tanzania, we've been hearing a lot of issues about Tanzania. People have come out, they've made a lot of videos, especially the ones from Tanzania that are abroad. They are saying that their government is even and not giving them the opportunity to use the internet because the government doesn't want them to see the things that are happening in the country. For context, the president of Tanzania is a woman. And then, can you believe or imagine that 21 plus another person, basically 22 people in Tanzania, has been sentenced to death by hanging because they did a TikTok challenge? Because they danced to a TikTok challenge. And what is the challenge, you may ask? The TikTok challenge, you see how when a political figure says something that we don't like, or he says something and make mistake. For instance, Tinubu. I'm saying that if that is the case, if they're arresting people because of this issue, and yet the whole of Nigeria should be arrested and part of Ghana. Because I remember when Tinubu said, when you hear Walai Talai, we turned it into a TikTok dance challenge and we danced with it, including some people here in Ghana. Akufo-Addo have done things that will turn it into challenge and dance. If your mama is not left out, you get a joke. So many political figures and presidents have said things, we've turned it into TikTok challenges and dance. In Tanzania, you cannot. Because the president says something that they didn't like. They turn it in, and the song, see, the song too is nice, so and you know, see it there. It's a dope song. They danced to it, and the president said, no, you're committing treason. So because of that, they've been arrested. One lady was the lead of it. She first did it. So they've arrested her and 21 others that joined into the challenge, and they made videos and posted it on TikTok and they danced. The president said they are making mockery of her and they are inciting coup, they are inciting war, and that they are planning according to the formal charge. The formal charge states that they have planned to do something bad to the president, to kill the president. And it is serious to the extent that when you see these videos, the comment section, you will not find Tanzanians there even explaining or saying anything. You will not find Tanzanians there. They are all scared for their lives. Hey, Obapa. Boy, yeah. Anywho's information. I really don't know what to say about it, but this is scary, yeah? Because if someone should wield this amount of power, that you would just pronounce treason in this day and age over such trivial matters. You want to hang someone to death in this day and age over such trivial matters. If someone wield this much power, then Tanzania is gradually getting into dictatorship. Whatever the president says is final. Wow. Anywho, guys, my name is Leadership, and thank you so much for joining today's episode of The Bench. And until we meet again, do take care of yourself. We'll bring you more news tomorrow.